Hi, welcome to Jason Parker's Power Hour. First, I'd like to give a shout out to Common Room Roasters for some of this tasty coffee I'm drinking right now. This one's from Guatemala, and I'm just loving it. Common Room's out of Newport Beach. Next time you're down there, stop in, say hi. Jeremy and Ed, I appreciate the coffee. Thank you. On today's episode of the Jason Parker Power Hour. I don't know why I said it like that. I feel like there's some 10-year-old watching this right now who's really impressed with me doing that. First, I'd like to share a story. This took place with my friend. Let's call him Care Bear. So Care Bear's first generation here in America. His family, they're all born somewhere else. So they're not fully accustomed to a lot of things going on here in America. And Care Bear's dad drives limo. And one day he picked up one of the guys from One Direction in his entourage. It's Zwain or Wayne or Dane, I don't know, whichever one it is. And throughout the course of the weekend of driving them around, his dad watched them smoke copious amounts of marijuana. And his dad started realizing when they smoke, they act a lot like Care Bear acts half the time. So basically, One Direction burned my friend. And his dad called him out on it, which my friend, by the way, is 28 years old. And he was like, I want you to stop doing this. I figured it out what you've been doing. This is why you act funny when you come home sometimes. So, yeah, that was pretty funny. Song of the Week. Song of the Week is one of my favorites. It's from probably the greatest concept album of all time. It's Deltron 3030. Self-titled album. Title track, which is my favorite. Deltron 3030 is made up of Del the Funky Homosapien, Kid Koala, and produced by Dan the Automator. If Dan the Automator and if any of it sounds familiar on the Gorilla albums, Dan the Automator, got the old reset here, the classic police helicopters of Los Angeles. If Deltron 3030 sounds familiar, you might know their work from the first Gorillaz album, where Dan the Automator produced and Del the Funky Homosapien, Ice Cube's cousin by the way, laid down a lot of vocal tracks for that album. I Got Sunshine in a Bag, that's all those guys. Definitely great album, great song. It's all about a rapper in the year 3030 and all those trials and tribulations that a rapper or hip-hop artist has to put up with 1,000 years in the future. It's kind of weird stuff, but I dig it. It came out in 2000, just phenomenal. For movie scene of the week, I pick a 1987 British film called Withnail and I. A lot of great actors in it. The creepy a-hole stepdad from Harry Potter's stepdad, or adopted father, who's a jerk who made him live in a thing underneath the stairs. I never really watched the Harry Potter stuff. I just seen him on TV. But he's in it, Richard Grant. But the best scene of the whole movie is Withnail and I. They go out into the woods, they go camping to some degree, and they come back to their flat in London. This is set in '69. They're both these kind of like out of work loser actors who just kind of drink and do drugs. But they get home and they find Danny, the drug dealer, there. And Danny rolls this giant spliff of this cannabis, and it's a pretty funny scene. Danny, a lot of people, anybody who's watched Wayne's World 2, he's the brown M&M obsessed roadie. This scene is worth the price of admission. What I like to do is with a lot of these scenes in movies, I just go on YouTube and I just Google the scene, watch the scene, and then that's it. I don't have to sit through the rest of the movie. But that's just me. I feel like a millennial. Uh, Next on the agenda is, if you're looking for somewhere to donate some money, obviously Hurricane Irma is coming up, and Texas flooding is already bad. Those are great causes to give to. But if you want to give to something that's not that, I suggest check out metaviber.org. Uh, Cancer's a pain in the ass. If you don't know what METS is and metastatic cancer, it's time to do some research and check it out. But I suggest metaviber.org, good cause. And as you can see, it's Jason Parker's Power Hour is not really an hour. It's looking like we're about 6 minutes right now. But if you want to check out more from me, you can check out my LinkedIn, Jason Parker. I have some articles on there. I'm dibble and dabble on stuff. You can also check out my alter ego, Nick Destro. I have some more of these talking videos on Bleeding Critic. Just look up Bleeding Critic / Nick Destro. And then you can also, if you have any coffee questions, opening a shop, want to know some stuff, check out my email, incidentallycoffee@gmail. I don't really know how to spell it, but I'm sure you can look it up. And that's it from me today. Enjoy the rest of your Friday? Thursday? Enjoy.